Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are in the Western Main Lines. We are doing some runs on the Great Western Express Remaster, as well as some Thames Branches lines. So without further ado, let's actually jump into the rundown. So as you can see, we are heading west. The witty pun for today. First service is an HST run from Reading to Paddington, followed by a Thames Branches run in the Class 165 from Bourne End to Maidenhead. Then after that, we are in the London Underground services, doing service 215/2, Hammersmith to Aldgate. And we're back into the Thames Valley Branches, doing a run from Henley-on-Thames to Twyford, followed by another run in the Heathrow Express, Class 350, service 2T36. And with time permitting, we will try to get a run in on the Elizabeth line. And as usual, you can catch me on Sundays, 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. BST. And that's what we have planned for the day. And as usual, I usually have the game ready to go, so all we have to do is jump into it. All right, we'll get the safety systems up. Insert the master key. We'll acknowledge. Put that into forward. We'll get the wipers up. There we go. As you can see, it's a rainy day. We'll get the doors open as well. Doors are unlocked. Just going to adjust my camera a little bit. Get some instrument lights on as well. Hope everyone is having a good day. We'll get our informations up as usual. Scheduled to depart in 45 seconds. Just an absolutely dreary day in Reading. But as usual, the livery looks amazing. As you can see me in the cab over here. I usually don't do rainy runs, but I figured I'd switch it up a little bit for today. We'll hop back in. We'll get the doors closed. And we will start our journey east.
The next station is Maidenhead. This is a Great Western Railway service to London Paddington.
All right, applying power here. Next stop is Maidenhead in 12 miles. We can get up to 95 here. Actually, we can get up to 40. As the line speed decreases, leaving the station. Keep forgetting this is not electrified, which is really a shame. I don't know why the DVD is not on. Second time's a charm, I guess. Full beans here. As we can get up to 60. I really don't like doing rain runs because as you guys know, I am a big scenery person. And I like to see scenery. With the fog and the rain, you pretty much don't get to see any of it. With that being said, can I raise this anymore? I cannot. I like to have a full window. I'm gonna hop out here. As you can see, we are pretty long here today. All right, just under 10 miles to Maidenhead. Hope you guys enjoyed my last video with my honest review on the Thames Branches DLC. I found it very fun. Nine miles to Maidenhead. And for the price, I really do think you're getting your money's worth. £14.99 for me, about 20 American dollars. I don't think that's a bad price, because if you break it down, it's like for the 3 routes plus a brand new loco, you're paying about $5 for each 3 routes plus a free loco. And if you think about it, if the loco was being sold by itself, it would probably be about $15 anyway. So just think of it as you're getting a brand new train and 3 routes. I mean, if that's not value, I don't know what to tell you. Gotta always look at the positives. Also, it's content. It's more content. Like, we always complain that there's not enough content. Well, not me anyway, because I rather play Classic. There's so much more to do in Classic, but we have a developer who took a chance at making something different. And I'm all about that being different, because it's the same way I am as well. So I pretty much will enjoy this. I think it's going to do well. I mean, I know a lot of people are going to bash it, but, you know, to each his own. I'm just going to enjoy what I have. Not everybody's going to like it. Then you have those people who are just going to complain just to complain. You don't like it, you don't have to buy it. Simple as that. You knew what it was going to be. It wasn't going to be this flashy, out-of-the-box, incredible route. It's going to be something quick for those who like to play and don't have time to play a whole full hour route or a long run or whatever, but you want to get some fun in. This is what you want to play. We'll jump into that in a little bit. I absolutely like the route. I think it has some nice touches. You have flying birds, beautiful foliage that, you know, changes with the season. I think that's pretty cool. You have moving boats, moving regattas, more animated NPCs. You have a different type of NPCs. They got those ugly ass jackets on and dresses. I don't know where Incredible Trains got those from, but it's different. I like different, so I won't complain about it too much anyway. And as I said, it gives you more content to play when there's nothing to play. So plus you have a whole new train, basically, a 165. Just under 2 miles to Maidenhead. 0.1% downhill gradient. I'm actually gonna back up off the power here. Step 1 braking, just to get it started. We're about a mile out. Applying more power here. As we approach Maidenhead. Really not a fan of all this rain. Got some good clag off of that 166.
We are now approaching Maidenhead. Please take all your belongings with you.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
Please mind the gap. Doors will be opening on the left. This is Maidenhead. Doors will be opening on the left. At least there's one passenger waiting to get on. No umbrella though. Watch your step leaving the train.
This is Maidenhead. This is a Great Western Railway service to London Paddington. The next station is Slough.
Slough's next. We have a minute till departure. Hopping out for a little bit. We'll change the angle up a little bit here.
Unnecessary security alerts.
Line it up with this sign. Missing these slam doors. But we'll hop back in. All right, we'll get the doors closed here. All right. Applying power.
The next station is Slough. This is a Great Western Railway service to London Paddington.
Slough's next. .6 miles. We have a downhill gradient of 0.1%. Now we get up to 125 here. Again, I'm not really a fan of driving in the rain. On stream, anyway. I just feel like it takes away a lot of the beauty that should be seen. That, and I also wish this was electrified. Just under 5 miles to Slough. And that brings me to my next question. Why exactly is it called Slough? Because everything I have learned from British culture, it should sound different. And if I didn't know better, I would definitely think it would be pronounced a different way. Not that I know better for anything, but just off my knowledge of British culture and being there sometimes during the year, which I will be next month. I would have, if this was my first time there, I would have thought it was pronounced a different way, especially since the American in me wants to say it a different way anyway, even though I know better. Now it just rolls off the tongue. But we're at 3.3 miles to Slough, as we have a downhill gradient of 0.1% in 3 miles. As we pass by another flying cucumber, I'm just gonna back up off of the power here. Actually, we'll jump outside for a little bit. How about that? I really hate when they put these cameras when I use it. I feel like they should give you more time to set up something instead of it approaching you and just whizzing by you. And you're trying to figure out where exactly you are. Step 2 braking here. .3 miles to Slough. It was quite weird. There were overhead lines for just a little bit back there, and now they're gone again. Approaching Slough. Should be getting announcements soon. It's just slowing down a little too much for me. Just gonna put a little more in it. Acknowledge.
We are now approaching Slough. Please take all your belongings with you.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
This is Slough. Doors will be opening on the left.
This is Slough. This is a Great Western Railway service to London Paddington. The next station is London Paddington.
We'll set up a flyaway. We use the car park here. We'll get the doors closed here. Never really paid attention to all the thunder and lightning when using the rain. It's pretty cool. Alright, 2 for the guard, but you don't hear it. And applying power. Horn sounds like shite. In Classic, we could change that. If that's an option in Train Sim World, please somebody let me know. $18 miles to London Paddington. Next, we are in the Thames Branches. We'll be touching Maidenhead again. Leaving Bourne End. And we can get up to 125 here with an uphill gradient of 0.1%. $16 miles to Paddington. As we get closer to one of my favorite stations on this line, Hayes and Harlington. Don't really know much about the area, but I did rail fan at that station my last time out. Got some good videos, nice and close to those flying cucumbers and Elizabeth Line trains passing me. I don't think I'm able to do that as easily in America. So when I'm out there, I really do appreciate it. I like traveling to all these big stations and getting all sorts of footage that I can't get in America. I love going to Paddington. I love going to Stratford. I don't think I've been to Reading. Actually, I know I haven't been to Reading. I like Barking. Barking was fun to go to as well. Get some nice footage. London Bridge was also a good one for me. Not quite sure where I want to go to next that I haven't been to anyway, as far as rail fanning. Maybe Cannon Street, Victoria. Not sure how I feel about Marylebone, but we'll see. This horn sounds like shite. $12 miles to London Paddington. As we overtake this 166. We will hop out in a second. As soon as we get past this flyover. As we approach Hayes and Harlington. Little audio cutout there. Just under 10 miles to London Paddington. Would be cool if we had actual Heathrow express trains on this route rather than the 350s. I myself have never been on one. Every time I've landed in Heathrow, I've always opted to take the Elizabeth line because the Elizabeth line is my absolute favorite. And I still wish it was in this game. I'm really hoping to be surprised in another 3 weeks when Dovetail Live happens. And of course we figure out, you know, it's TSW6, as we all know it's coming. There's no sugarcoating that shit. But I would love to hear we will have an actual Elizabeth line. Even if it's just from Paddington to Reading, which they can absolutely do right now if they wanted to. But the only surprise would be an option to go to Heathrow. Like, if they could just build a Heathrow, that would be amazing. And no one's saying that it has to be modeled above ground. Just give us the underground bits so that we can actually drive there in the tunnels and at least appreciate how great the line is. I'm very familiar with the line. I love staying in Canary Wharf. I'm staying in Canary Wharf again in another month. I just feel like I get more value for my American dollar in the hotel I have been in already and I'm staying in again. Just the sheer price of what I'm paying for 5 days staying in the hotel I'm going to be in Canary Wharf. I'm paying half of that for one night staying in a hotel in Scotland, which I find very weird. I use the same hotel app, but for some reason I'm paying half of what I'm paying for 5 days in London in another hotel in Fort William, Scotland. I find that very odd. Step 2 braking here. 3.2 miles to London Paddington. We have a downhill gradient of 0.1%. Acknowledge. Line speeds dropping down to 50 in 1 mile. Which we have acknowledged. As we get closer to Old Oak Common. Which I'm not sure is actually modeled in this game. I have not actually paid attention to that. I'm pretty sure it is, though. As it looks like the rain is starting to let up. It's really weird. It waits till the end of the fucking journey to stop raining. Why not let up a little bit earlier than this? Like it's Slough. Like, why do you wait till we get 2 miles from Paddington to want to stop raining? I really hate this dynamic weather. Line speed drops to 40 in a mile. As we get overtaken by a 166 who is obviously doing more than 50. Drop it down to 40 here. There's no way that 166 is doing more than 50. Less than 50. There's no way. .2 miles to London Paddington. I believe that's Old Comment to the right. As you see all the work going on. Line speed drops down to 25. As you see the LU transferring underneath. Acknowledge. Clear to the platform. I'm actually going to drop down to 15 here.
London Paddington, where this train terminates. Please take all your belongings with you.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
On behalf of the on-train crew, thank you for travelling with Great Western Railway. We wish you a safe and pleasant onward journey.
I actually like to approach the platforms with 15 miles an hour. If it's a terminal platform, I think 25 is way too fast to be coming into Paddington. Actually curious to see what the actual drivers do in real life. I think I'll pay attention to that when I come out there. As you see, an airport connect to the left. Yeah, I think 25 is way too fast. This is London Paddington. Doors opening on the right. Please mind the gap when leaving the train. All right, we'll get the doors open here.
The train at platform 8 is the 0712 Great Western Railway service to Reading, calling at Maidenhead, Twyford and Reading. All passengers intending to travel the service, please join the train now, as it is ready to leave. Platform 8 for the 0712 Great Western Railway service to Reading, which is ready to leave. The train at platform 11.
All right, and that was our first run in the HST from Reading to Paddington. And next we are in the branch lines in the 165, heading out to Maidenhead. We'll jump back into the main menu here. Service 2B09, leaving at 6:44 is our next run. Thames Branches, timetable, we'll go green. Service 2B09. All right, we'll change the weather. So the last one was just so damn depressing. And here we go. Nice quick one. All right, so here we are at Bourne End. We'll get the safety systems up. Master keys in, into forward. We'll get the doors open here. Play with the headlights. There we go, some day. (6:46) departure. We'll hop outside for a little bit. As you can see, we're in Bourne End. Never noticed this sign when I was on this not too long ago. We will actually take a look at some more of the station. Pretty colorful looking map there. We got some normal people on the actual platforms today. None of those weirdos with the colorful ass blazers and dresses and shit. I do like this sign here. I do like the sign. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool looking station here. But we should be ready to depart here in a minute. Getting the doors closed. I'll hop back in.
The next station is Cookham. This is a Great Western Railway service to Maidenhead.
I guess both services leave at the same time. It's pretty cool. I guess it's a good way to make sure that you actually make your departure. Coming from Marlow. We get up 25 here. Cookham is next. Gonna hop out here. I actually have not played this part. I really do like this DLC. It is exactly what it's supposed to be. It's not meant to be flashy and extra long. But if you're into scenery like I am, this is really, really good. I'm quite enjoying playing this so far. .9 miles to Cookham. Line speed drops down to 30. Warning for the yellow. Or whatever that X is. Uphill gradient of 0.1.5%. Excuse me, 1.5%, not 0.1. 0.5. I just love all the colorful flowers as well on this unit, on this line. As we approach Cookham. I still have not seen an actual signal.
We are now approaching Cookham.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
Approaching Cookham. Absolutely beautiful route. Line speed drops to 30 here. Doors will be opening on the left. Flashing white. Street level crossing. Only question I have is why are these platforms so long if we can only use a 2-car set?
This is Cookham. Do not try to board or leave the train when the doors are closing. This is a Great Western Railway service to Maidenhead. The next station is Firs Platt.
All right, we have more than a minute before departure. Let's take a look at the surrounding neighborhood. Very colorful, I will say. I'm going to switch cameras just so I can get a little bit higher. Nice. Me personally, I feel like he put a lot of attention into the surrounding trackside and even further back areas. I really think he did a good job with this. Sorry, sometimes I get a little thrown around. Playing on PlayStation and computer all the time, it kind of confuses you sometimes. But next stop is First Plat. And we are already late.
The next station is First Plat. This is a Great Western Railway service to Maidenhead.
Downhill gradient of 0.1%. 1.5 miles to our next destination of First Plat. Not quite sure what the signals are, but I'm a little nervous that the next signal is red. We've already had 3. I technically have not seen an actual signal. So I'm just looking how colorful that is. Just going to be a little cautious here. Haven't seen any of the birds yet. .8 miles to First Plat. As I have never driven this route before, I do not know where the signals are. So I'm just being a little cautious here with the speed. We may be clear to the platform, but again, just being cautious. In fact, I'm going to see we're clear to the platform. .700 yards to First Plat.
We are now approaching First Plat.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
Is that an actual sign? What is this square? I still have not seen a signal. I'm getting all the AWS pings, but no actual signals. All right, approaching First Plat. Looks like doors will be opening on the right here. Lots of people waiting for such a small station. I notice a lot of purple on these branch lines. Let me know if that's accurate. This is First Plat. Doors opening on the right.
This is First Plat. Do not try to board or leave the train when the doors are closing. This is a Great Western Railway service to Maidenhead. The next station is Maidenhead.
And I still haven't seen any signals. We'll hop out and set up for a flyaway. That was actually a cool shot there. Street level crossing. We'll get lower. All right, locking the doors here. We'll get the First Plat in there. Applying power. All right, Maidenhead is next. Just under a mile. .7% uphill gradient. Line speed drops to 15 miles an hour in just under a mile. And there's our first signal. .7 miles to Maidenhead. Lots of AWS pings on such a small route. Especially since it's single track. It's just weird. And honestly, I would love to see this in my backyard. I'm looking at all the houses to the left of me over here. Line speed drops to 15, just coming down a little bit. Downhill gradient of 0.5%. As we approach Maidenhead. Should be getting some announcements in a second.
We are now approaching Maidenhead, where this train terminates. Please take all your belongings with you.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
On behalf of the on-train crew, thank you for travelling with Great Western Railway. We wish you a safe and pleasant onward journey.
Next, we're in the Underground, doing service 215, Hammersmith to Aldgate. This is Maidenhead. Doors should be opening on the right. As we hit the main line. Acknowledge. Right at the end of the platform, but should not affect us.
Platform 4 for the 0704 Great Western Railway service to London Paddington, calling at Tetlow, Burnham, Slough, Langley, West Drayton, Hayes and Arlington, Southall, Ealing Broadway, and London Paddington.
Just taking a look at the station. I've actually never paid attention to it while driving off the main line. I'm noticing some of the sounds off of this seem to disappear for a little bit. But we'll get the doors closed after seeing the train leave. All right, and that was Bourne End to Maidenhead off of the Thames Branch lines. We'll jump back into the main menu. And we'll do a London Underground run in the 484. Almost wonder why they just couldn't use the 72 stock. Service 215. /2. I don't think this matters. I'm just gonna get in here. Not quite sure I remember how to set this up, but we'll attempt it anyway. Alright, so here we are in Paddington again. Alright, I'll do this the old-fashioned way. Cursor isn't forward. I'll get doors open. Anything else I'm missing over here? Train to our right is very noisy. And also going the wrong way. Am I switching any of these in? Not quite sure if I need any of these, but probably the DSD. Really wish I had a mouse for this. We'll get the doors closed here. Let's see what's over here. Headlights already in day. Set up for a flyaway here. I do like the way that sounds. Hit the e-brake by accident. That happens very often. Royal Oak is next. This is Royal Oak. Doors opening on the right. All right, closing them. And applying power. Paddington is next. I really wish we could actually take this a little further than just 2 stops. This seems like it could be such a fun run. All right, this is the end of the line. Doors opening on the right. It's got some nice huge windows on it. I like that. As we get apocalypse zombie hoarding over in one stop over here. Actually, they're actually moving. All right, we'll get the doors closed here. All right, that was actually pretty quick. 2 stops. I really wish it was longer. But hopefully we can get to do some more traveling with this thing in another month or so. But we'll jump back into the menu. And we're back in the branches, doing service 2H09. Henley-on-Thames to Twyford. And we'll go with the FGW this time. Excuse me, FGB. 2-car variant. Yeah, we'll go with the blue. 2H09. As you can see, I've actually played this earlier. All right, here we are, Henley-on-Thames. Safety systems up. Acknowledged. Let's get our headlights today. We'll hop outside. We'll get lower. And we'll get the doors open. Another minute till departure. We'll take a little quick fly around here. Let me switch the cameras. I did think this was pretty cool. It's a pretty cool little entrance to the station. And this is almost like a little peekaboo here. Thought that was pretty cool as well. We'll get the doors closed. We'll actually depart from this shot right here. Alright. 2 for the guard, but you don't hear it. Applying power. Ship Lake is next. 1.7 miles. Downhill gradient 0.3%. We'll hop out here. And look at some of the scenery that seems to go on for miles. Look at all those 2D trees down there. This park just reminds me of Hyde. I quite enjoyed myself in Hyde Park. See, football field there. Oops. Massive football fields. Acknowledged. Loving all the green. All right, 0.8 miles to Ship Lake. Whistleboard. Approaching Ship Lake. And again, I'm not seeing actual signals here, so I mean, if anyone can give me a heads up on as to why
We are now approaching Ship Lake.
we get massive AWS alerts.
And take care when stepping down from the train.
I just really like these single track runs that we're doing lately. Street level crossing. This is Ship Lake. Doors opening on the right. Also, I want to know why these platforms are so extremely long and we're only a 2-car.
Do not try to board or leave the train when the doors are closing. This is a Great Western Railway service to Twyford. The next station is Wargrave.
Like, look at the dense scenery on such a small DLC. Like that's amazing to me. And there's plenty of car parks, and I'm glad the cars are actually up to date looking. But this, I'm impressed. I really am. We'll get the doors closed here. There's no guard buzzer. Alright, we can get up to 3:30.
This is a Great Western Railway service to Twyford.
Uphill gradient to 0.3%. Next stop is Wargrave. 0.8 miles. This is where I wish I had my PBC controller. Unfortunately, it'll be at least Christmas before I get one. Unbelievable. I would just really like to know how many he's taking before actually opening it back up. Because literally, it was open for like
We are now approaching
2 minutes, and it was totally filled up.
Take care when stepping down from the train.
Looks like we're crossing River Thames here. No actual boats there. But this is Wargrave. Doors opening on the left. Today's video is not going to be as long as normal. I just wanted to have some fun, and I wanted to have fun with you guys, so... Alright, doors opening on the left.
This is Wargrave. Do not try to board or leave the train when the doors are closing. This is a Great Western Railway service to Twyford. The next station is Twyford.
Twyford's next. Alright, closing them. Applying power.
The next station is Twyford. This is a Great Western Railway service to Twyford.
All right, Twyford's next in 1.6 miles. Downhill gradient of 0.1%. As we can get up to 50 here. I really do like how smooth this unit is. Dropping down to 25. And it's the first signal we have seen on this route. .6 miles to Twyford. Line speed drops to 10 as we enter Twyford. In 600 yards. Just gonna light brake here. Acknowledge.
We are now approaching Twyford, where this train terminates. Please take all your belongings with you.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
On behalf of the on-train crew, thank you for travelling with Great Western Railway. We wish you a safe and pleasant onward journey.
Do you now? Uphill gradient of 1.8%. As we are just over 200 yards to a 10-mile-an-hour entry to Twyford. As we approach the main line, doors will be opening on the right. Please mind the gap when exiting. Thank you, Streamlabs. We'll hop out here, take a walk around. For all my GWR people, can you tell me why these branches are purple? I'm seeing a lot of purple on the branch lines. Again, never been, so just asking because I'm curious. But we'll get the doors closed here. All right, and that was Henley-on-Thames out to Twyford in the Class 165 FGB. And we'll get back into the main menu one last time on this great Western day. And we will head out to a Heathrow Connect Class 350, leaving London Paddington to Heathrow Airport, which probably means Hayes and Harlington. Service 2T36. Great Western Express. (350/1). In the Connect 2T36. We'll change the dynamic weather. You know what? We'll leave it clear. I usually put clouds, but we'll leave it clear today. Red rocks, beautiful. How come these got an upgrade with the images, but Classic is still running? A damn kid train. But we'll get the safety systems up as usual. Master keys in. Acknowledge. Sounds a little light. Just gonna pump up the auto a little bit. Instrument lights are on. Headlights are in day. We'll get the doors open. LU trains making a lot of noise. As you get a look at London Paddington. Less than a minute to departure. We'll do a little fly around here. Really wish we could see some 802s on this. I quite like this station in real life. It'd be even better if we had some Lizzie Line services. And if you run to platform 1 over there, which I don't think we can get to, you can see the Night Riviera. That would be cool. Sharing platforms. We'll set up for a flyway here. What is this livery over here? Alright, we should be good to go. We'll get the doors closed. Alright. 2 for the guard, but you don't hear it. Applying power. Would have been nice if this was a 378. Excuse me, 387. All right, next stop is Ealing Broadway. This 350 is very quiet. 5 miles to Ealing Broadway. We can get up to 40 here. I just love the zeros, I really do. Doesn't matter which one. 444s might be my favorite, though. I kind of sound like SW. I think the 444s are SW's favorite as well. Gonna hop out for a little bit. Look at Old Oak Common. All right, we get up to 50 as soon as the end clears. Should I attempt to drive this with no HUD? Four miles to Ealing Broadway. Downhill, 0.4% gradient. sounds a little better. Get up to 80. Full beans here. 3.5 miles to Ealing Broadway. We will not be running for 4 hours, 5 hours today. This will actually be the last run. If you'd like to see more, I will be live again Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. BST for all of my friends in the UK. 2 miles to Ealing Broadway. Line speed drops back down to 80. We have a 0.1% uphill gradient. .4 miles to Ealing Broadway. Full beans here. We can get up to 90. Ealing Broadway in 0.6 miles. Not sure if there's announcements on his 350. Just love that little squeal that this train does. Wish we could actually take it to Heathrow. It shouldn't be called a Heathrow Connect. It should be called a Hayes and Harlington Connect. Since we can't go to Heathrow. But this is Ealing Broadway. Doors will be opening on the left.
Service to Heathrow Airport, calling at West Ealing.
I don't understand why we can't actually do a run with
Hayes and Harlington and
these.
Heathrow Airport.
Please be aware that opportunist thieves operate at this station and across the railway network. Do not become a victim of crime. Please also note that in the interests of safety, cycling, skateboarding and rollerblading are not permitted anywhere on the station.
Very busy, the station. Set up for a flyaway here. Two for the guard, but you don't hear it. All right, West Ealing's next. Approaching West Ealing. This is West Ealing. All right, closing them. Two for the guard. More purple benches. I thought all the benches on GWR were green. Or should be anyway. Henwell's next. 800 yards. Uphill gradient of 0.1%. This is Hanwell. Doors will be opening on the left.
For your safety, please be aware that some platforms at this station.
Platform 2 for the 11:45. Heathrow connect service to Heathrow Airport, calling at Slough, Hayes and Paddington, and Heathrow Airport.
All right, get them closed here. Southall is next. And 1.5 miles. Uphill gradient of 0.1%. As we can get up to 90 here. Most likely will not get up to 90 here. Light braking here as we approach Southall. This is Southall. Doors will be opening on the left. Please mind the gap leaving the train.
24-hour CCTV recording is in operation at this station for the purpose of security and safety management. Platform 3 for the 11:49 Heathrow Connect service to Heathrow Airport, calling at Hayes and Harlington and Heathrow Airport.
Step in. Hayes and Harlington is next. .7 miles to Hayes and Harlington. One of my favorite stations to look at trains. AWS is very low on this unit. .1 mile to Hayes and Harlington. Back off the power here. Acknowledge. Single yellow. Not sure if we're clear to the platform, but I'm gonna come down anyway because I'm on single. Looks like we're clear to the platform. This is Hayes and Harlington. Doors will be opening on the left.
This is a security announcement, reminding passengers to keep
All right,
a
doors
watchful
opening on the
eye
left.
their luggage and
Please mind the
personal
gap.
belongings at all times.
Platform 3 for the 11:52 Heathrow Connect service to Heathrow Airport. Calling at Heathrow Airport only.
Did I just see someone jump to their death over there? what is going on, man? Look at the shenanigans. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Come on, give me some more. That's amazing.
The next train to arrive at platform 4
No? Nobody
will be
else?
the 11:59.
All right,
Great
closing.
Western Railway service to London Paddington, calling at Hayes and Harlington, Ealing Broadway, and London Paddington. Platform.
All right, and that was the Heathrow Airport Connect 350 from London Paddington to Harlington and Hayes. I actually did quite enjoy running that. I usually don't have good runs with the 350 because the braking is a little suspect to me. But this one felt really good today. I guess it's because it was the slash, what is it, /1? Yeah, /1. I think it's a 3 I have issues with. But we'll actually jump back into the main menu. Actually, we'll look at the rundown. As we jump back to Watford Junction. So as you can see, we were heading west today. Always something witty for me to put up here. We did a service from Reading to Paddington in the HST. It was a rainy run. As you can see, I don't quite like running in the rain. I just think it looks horrible on screen. Then we hopped into the branch lines and did a run from Bourne End to Maidenhead, which was also pretty fun. Then we hopped into a London Underground service and did a run from, I forget where we started, forgive me, but we ended up in Paddington, and then we headed back out to the branch lines and ran from Henley-on-Thames over to Twyford, which was actually pretty fun as well. And finally, we hopped into the Heathrow Connect in the 350 and did a run from Paddington out to Heathrow. I am not gonna do another full run from Paddington to Reading in a reskinned 345 tonight. The timing is just perfect. It's just about 2 hours. So that's the rundown for today. As usual, you can find me on Sundays, 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. BST. Hope to see you guys this Sunday as well. But that is actually going to do it for me today. Hopefully, I will get to see you guys again in the future. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Take care.